Welcome to my LGBT lesbian channel. The series Checkmate, Stripper and Dance for Me are voiced for you in full history. Thank you for your comments, reactions and subscription to my channel. Have a nice day everyone. Camilla Collins' point of view. I deposited a second kiss on the line of her spine, right in the middle of her bare back. Lauren was lying on her comfortable bed, totally naked. A mere consequence of our fun night. It was 4:30 a.m. I lifted my body slowly, having all the care in the world so that she wouldn't wake up. Lauren had her day off stolen because of the work I gave her. Not that having sex with me for a couple of hours was a sacrifice, of course. But if her plans were to lie down and sleep, they definitely didn't go as planned. "I have to go," I whispered as I deposited a small kiss on her neck. She shivered in response, but didn't wake up, just moved her body in bed, from where I got up. I walked around her room looking for my clothes that were scattered on the floor. We removed everything from the living room so that we wouldn't be discovered by her best friend. But upon entering her room I was grabbed again, which made the clothes on our hands fall on the floor carelessly. After grabbing all the pieces, I went to the bathroom of her bedroom, where I took a quick shower. I had to get back home before Christopher woke up. I couldn't afford to wake up late, even if my desire was to wake up with some caresses from Lauren. I got out of the bathroom. Seeing the woman resting in a deep sleep, her serene expression showed the evident satisfaction. I approached the bed, sitting beside her. I pulled the gray duvet, covering her body to the waist, and then slid the tip of my fingers on her white skin as if making small circular drawings. I felt incredibly well next to that woman, as I never had felt in years. But I knew that I should enjoy that while there was still time. It wouldn't be long until the moment our relationship would have to be broken. "You shouldn't have come along. You only complicated my plans, Lauren." I tilted my head forward, depositing a soft kiss on her mouth, almost like a simple brush of our lips. I got up from the bed, looking for a pen and paper, and luckily found a notepad in the kitchen. I went to her bedroom again, more precisely to the bathroom where I stuck the little yellowish note on the mirror. "I couldn't stay until you woke up, but I wanted you to know that I enjoyed our night a lot. Thank you for taking care of me. KC." I smirked at the sight of the note stuck on the mirror, and then I left the apartment. It was still dark, which facilitated the almost nil movement of people on the streets. I got into my car, or rather, Christopher's. I wouldn't dare leave in my car and give the security guards reasons to talk. The tinted windows prevented any view of the interior of the car. This way they'd think that it was just a little escape of my husband in the middle of the night. It was already past 5 a.m. when I drove into the Collins Mansion parking lot. I got out of the vehicle and walked into the house. Everything was in complete silence. I looked around, and not even the employees were awake. I climbed the stairs delicately, as if stepping on eggs, and headed towards my bedroom with Christopher. I opened the door gently, noticing the full silence inside the room, but as soon as I closed the door, the light of the bedside table lamp lit up. "Can I know where you were, Camilla?" In that instant I felt as if my whole body went cold. Being caught red-handed was one of the most difficult situations to handle. I closed my eyes, swallowing hard the lump in my throat. I leaned against the door and took a deep breath before turning towards the man. I went out to get some air. I walked to the other room, more precisely the closet on the other side, acting as naturally as I could. Christopher was frowning, in anger or confusion. He got up from the bed and walked in slow steps to me. I saw him leaning on the corner while I rummaged through one of the drawers. Don't you think the time is somewhat inappropriate for you to go out to get some air? And since when there's a right time for that? Since always. Going out in the middle of the night to go get some air is not very common for a married woman. I dropped the clothes inside the drawer and looked into the light and intense eyes of the man next to me. Are you insinuating something, Collins? Because if you are, I want you to be very clear. Where were you? I just went for a little drive around the block. Do I have to ask your permission for that? You should warn me, or do you think I like to wake up in the middle of the night and see that my wife is not in bed with me? I rolled my eyes impatiently and walked towards the bathroom. You speak as if I stayed hours away from home, when it hasn't been not even an hour. I grumbled. It doesn't matter. I woke up half an hour ago and you weren't here. He followed me to the bathroom. I hate when you try to control me. I looked at him again. You know all I've been through in the last few days. Didn't you hear the doctor saying that it would be normal for me to have insomnia and anxiety? You don't seem to understand. Christopher fell silent, and he just stared at me. I walked from one side to the other, while taking deep breaths. Playing the role of depressed wife after a hard kidnapping was the best way out. Exactly why, Camilla, we have just gone through a kidnapping, and you want to go around driving alone in the middle of the night? I just didn't want to bother you, you seemed too tired. We stared at each other for a few seconds, and his expression softened. Christopher walked over to me, wrapping me in his strong arms. I let out a controlled breathing in pure relief. I'm going to take a shower, and then I'll try to get some sleep, I whispered. He didn't say anything, just nodded. I freed myself from his arms and walked to the shower box. Christopher went back to the room, and even knowing that he wasn't satisfied with my explanation, I wouldn't give room for interrogation. After a long warm shower, I got out of the bathroom seeing my husband walk in right after. We didn't exchange not even a word. I put on light clothes of soft fabric and went to bed. It was already 6-something a.m., and Christopher was already getting ready to go down and eat his breakfast before going to the company. That morning I wouldn't accompany him, I needed to lie down and sleep, since during the whole night it was what I did least. The sound of the shower indicated that he was still showering, reassuring me more. I snuggled under the covers, letting my body relax. My thoughts, now calmer after the scare of being caught, wandered to the greed-eyed woman. In a strange and intense way, Lauren was able to steal my thoughts more frequently, as if in every detail there was a little bit of her. I felt satisfied and happy after the night we had, and not only because of the divine sex, but because of her company. Oh. If you like that I voiced the continuation of the series Stripper and want me to continue, please like and write a comment on the video. This will be an incentive to continue working on translation and dubbing.